Good afternoon. I feel that the topic about holistic, I think is very important for us to observe at present time. Because many times we are so involved in the media, instead of seeing things as a whole or oneness of all things, is very important for one's understanding of the whole picture of the universe and ourselves in relation to the universe. Especially at present time, we have a problem of ecology, climate change. It means that man considers himself to be the superior than other beings. In fact, since 18th century, we are developing ourselves to be the top of the whole world instead of being part of the nature around us. Even though there are so many books that came out talking about how important we have to be related to things around us, like natural surrounding, mountains, trees, fishes and birds, but many times we are so involved with our own occupation, our own medias, and we never look at the surrounding around us. As you can see that many people look at their mobile phone and then fell on the footpath or whatever. So it means that we hardly connect to things around, that we are part of the whole. We think of ourselves as separating from the whole surrounding. Especially when we are in the process of in the process of middle of our work and everything. So we separate ourselves from nature and all the things around us. Well, in the old sayings that we learn from Tao, or even from Spinoza, who said that God is nature, that we are part of God, and we have to love nature as we love God, for example. This is the ideas of pantheism. That means that we have to have respect all things around us, not to consider ourselves as a separate entity and control things instead of being part of it. I think this whole concept has to change in the next century, even in this century, that we are so much involved with fighting to one another and never realize what is important for our being. I hope that if we see things in the holistic way, we can enjoy life much better. Whether we have our own suffering, but we can be part of the whole and think that the suffering is no longer only ourselves, but in every unity of the surrounding. So it means that we cannot separate ourselves from the rest of nature. I knew one monk who said that when he went to study in India, he had so much trouble within his decision with what he wanted to do next. And then he said, he sat under the mountain, the big mountain, the Himalaya. He said the moment he sat under that mountain, he became part of nature, part of the surrounding, because he found himself so small comparing to the big mountains and the rest of the universe. I used to show a movie, a short film that made by Charles and Ray Ames, who is a photographer and also a documentary couple. And he created The Power of 10. You can look in the YouTube right now, Power of 10, and it shows a very striking relationship between ourselves and the universe. It's a process of micro and macro. They are very smart in pulling ourselves from the middle of the lake in Chicago, going backward to the universe by the power of 10. Go back and back and back to the outskirts of the universe, and then come back to the man who's sleeping on the side of the lake. And he found out that going deeply into his hands and the molecules that moving around, and it showed that at the point it's come to nothingness. And every single part of our body and the rest of our body, we cannot separate from the whole. And when thinking of ourselves, that we cannot separate from the whole, and we can become part of the universe as well. This concept, I feel that is very important, because right now there are many programs, commercial propagandas that try to promote themselves and become a separate entity. Man is no longer part of the universe, become very selfish and want to get the most from whatever the company can grasp, or he or she can grasp. So it's become the real problem of the country, not only one country but around the world, that when one separate ourselves from the rest of the society become imbalanced. You cannot find the peace that we used to give to one another, become part of the whole. But now you separate yourself and become very selfish, very wanting to grasp whatever they want. No heart for one another. So being part of the whole, as Spinoza tried to stress, that we have to respect every single part. As he said, the idea that God is everything, God is nature. So that is a very good example for one to respect the natural world around us, rather than conquer the world, conquer everything. And this can go on every aspects of the society. In health, one have to look at the body and cure every single part together. But right now we have a separate every single part about the doctor for the heart, the doctor for the ear and stomach, whatever. You separate single part. You cannot have the whole picture of the human body and able to take care of it as a whole. So you have specialists on each single part. And so every doctor gives the medicine for the patient singly, and the patient is the one who captures all the medication, so many medication one has to take. That is a problem of we never look at ourselves as a single unit altogether from head to toe, but we separate it. Unlike the ancient medicine or the Eastern kind of medicine, when the doctor take your hand and can feel that the hand indicate a certain thing upon your health. Whatever, because it's all related. This is about health. So I feel that for us to be able to see one another as part of the universe, part of the society, it leads us to be less greedy, giving more to others because we respect one another. But when you think about your own self, your own wealth separate from the others, then you become in the trouble, because you cannot give to others as much. You never respect others, especially for those rich, think that they are top of the world. They look down upon those who are not as rich as they are. This is so stupid, yeah, because one cannot judge other only through their wealth. Yeah. How can we provide everything to one another and become human as we are right now? Because we are no different from many things, especially if we have equal education, equally kind of what do you call, the full-grown population of a country. It means that you have equal voice, yeah. And now we can find out that, well, in my country right now, they will have an election soon. Each one has one vote, but the vote depends on the education that they have. And this is a downfall of democracy. The education that one has is not equal. So how can the vote be equal? Well, this is a problem that we've been discussing for a long, long time. What do you mean by equality of a human nature? Equality of the voice that we give to the state, how to improve the state for the better. Well, this is a problem of the government, how to rule. Yeah. And that is a problem why Aristotle said democracy is not the best state. And Plato said it's a second best, or the worst state that can ever happen, because one who vote do not know, especially right now, you don't know exactly who are they're voting for, you know. And for the country that Plato said that the worst kind of government is democracy in decline, will be oligarchy, as we can see right now around the world. So I don't want to go involved into politics as much, but to have holistic way of looking at things is so important for one to enjoy life. Because when you enter the field of flowers, beautiful trees, you feel differently than you sit in the concrete forest. You feel part of nature. But since you cannot do it, you can create your own feeling, your own sympathy as a whole. Love of nature, love of everything. I think this is very important, that you can equally respect one another. That is part of the holistic way of looking at things. I think that to respect one another, to give love to all the humanities and surrounding, is one of the main themes that present society at the moment needs to have. Without love and understanding to all around us, how can we attain happiness? Because happiness has to consist with wisdom and understanding. For Aristotle said, happiness consists with health, wealth, and wisdom and happiness. So it's all connected. One cannot be happy without friendship, one cannot be happy without health and a little bit of wealth. So to be connected to one another, it means that we can give to one another more of love and understanding. I hope this session should be ending now. Thank you. We can have love and understanding more among us. As we know, it's a secret of life, it's a secret of happiness, to see things in the holistic way. Bye-bye.